Straw Hut Media.
Welcome back, guys. Oh my God, we are here again with the Heartbreakers. This is the only place we want to be. Heartbreaker to Heartbreaker, Heartbreakers at home. We're very excited.
Good job. That was a good start.
Well, they're our lovers and our friends. Mm-hmm. And the show doesn't happen without the Heartbreakers.
Absolutely.
Us and them, which is why we chose a name that could be a double entendre. Yep. It's them, it's us, it's everything.
Everything.
Am I losing it now?
No, keep going. I think it'll apply to everybody. Okay. The more you spout off.
Great.
You have a clit. That's what you think.
That's what I do. Is that what I do? If you don't have any lube,
I don't know.
No, you know what it is?
Really,
it's an old gay thing. I'd be like, lesbians.
Yeah. I had to think if I lube up my clit, but I actually don't.
Because you're already moist from your fertility lube. You gave out the secrets now.
Fertility lube. And also, I was in my fridge cleaning it out, and I looked and I pull out this drawer, and I have an overabundance of fertility medication in my fridge.
Oh, the medication, not the lube.
Not the lube.
So you don't need the medication anymore.
No, I don't need the medication. But I was like, do I want to throw this medication away because it's thousands and thousands of dollars?
You should be able to donate it.
I know, but you can't, because I literally was like, do any of my friends need these? And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that because they just don't want you donating them. But you know what? They don't expire until 2025. So if I ever need to refreeze or anything like that, I'll just keep them.
Safer.
For now. Yes.
Black market. I'm imagining you could sell it on eBay.
I don't know. I don't want to be liable if somebody has any type I almost died with it. So
that was a horrible time. You just glossed over that like it didn't happen.
I know,
I mean,
right?
This also might be one of the traumas that have happened.
I can't believe I almost died. When I really think about it, it's crazy. But whatever. I wasn't supposed to, so that's why I don't care that much about it.
Really?
But that was intense.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Really
anyways.
Let's not go there. Oh, shivers. So
you would have been so sad. I just think about it. It makes me actually want to cry, because I know that everybody in my life would be like, wow,
legitimately, oh my God. No, I don't even want to think about that.
And remember, I had a friend during that time that while I was dying, she cared more about her birthday and how I couldn't make it to her birthday. And I was like, I remember I had just woken out of, again, a second emergency surgery. And I looked at my phone. It was, who can go to my birthday? Because she had 0 friends. Who can go to my birthday vacation? I was like, not me. I'm just out of the...
To even expect that.
I know, crazy. Okay, anyways. What's up with you? What's new?
What is up with me? I am just planning my getaways. I'm going to Aspen in January, and I'm really excited because it's kind of marking a new chapter for me where I'm able to get out from under my, I know we talk about it a lot.
And Aspen's so nice.
Yes. No, so totally. Nice. And my friends
close,
close. It's only 2.5 hours flight. Very easy. I already looked up flights to see if Moo could come, but I don't know if she wants to go in the snow.
Well, you don't have to put her in the snow. You can at least have her in the room. She does fine by herself. There's times during the day where you're gone for hours. You're not going to be gone. Yeah. You could just keep her. Oh, but she has to go potty.
And you know what else?
We could do a pee pad.
Yeah.
But fly Southwest. They're the easiest when it comes to flying with dogs.
There's a thing called Aero, and they have smaller planes where you're allowed to bring the dog on, and just sit there with you, and there's just one seat on either side. That's it.
Oh, okay. You should do that.
It's not expensive either. It's literally only a couple $100 more. I've been doing my research.
Kind of just an additional seat, basically.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's getting so dog friendly.
I thought about going to Vail or Aspen too in December sometime with some friends.
Go January when I'm there. I keep telling you to do everything I'm doing, but honestly, I just think you should. And we spoke about it a while ago, but I have had some friends that recently I just started reaching out to again, only because I haven't felt like a piece of shit. It's just nice. And I remember there's some sweet, nice people in my life, and I really want to be able to
sweet person to them.
You know what part of it is as well? I want to show them that I'm kind of not, I mean, no one's thinking about you. Everyone's thinking about themselves and doing whatever, you know what I mean? But for me, it's so nice to just be my own person again. I'm not drinking. I'm just just nice to get out and about and feel a little bit more level-headed. Although, do you know what? Recently, just as recent as a couple of days ago,
your face was
I was thinking of going and getting wasted again.
Why?
I know. It's so weird.
What was the reasoning?
Do you know what? I was just
fuck it?
Yeah.
Out of fun, or was it out of like...
I don't know. You just feel too normal and you forget like that I could just do that. But
But you know, I always tell you it's okay if you were to do that. Like, don't be so hard on yourself, because that's when you start really not feeling well after. Just restart your sobriety. It's okay. Just, you know, you're not supposed to be.
You're very gentle with me like that.
Just
it's so
get
nice.
back up.
Some of the best calls I've had are with you after something like that happens. I'm literally in my mind. That's how much I'm like, oh my God, shame. And like, and I'm so scared to tell you. And I tell you and you go, so what? You're so good most of the time. Boy.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
it's okay.
It immediately gives me so much.
As long as your life's not at risk, as long as it's not destroying your life, it's okay to fuck up once in a while. I don't believe in like you being this like human that's not gonna, especially if you have an addiction problem, it's okay. I would want you to stay sober because I know that it affects you so drastically, but it's not because I feel that it's such a shameful thing or you should feel guilty or like, come on. That's so like weighing on you when you feel shame and guilt.
It's counterproductive.
Yeah, it doesn't get you anything.
But also, I want to keep discovering. I want to keep going a little bit further. It's like I'm not doing enough work. Then like I need to do more work on myself so then I can dig up some other shit that's bugging me to like feel bad, because like it's usually when I'm feeling good actually that I'm like I want to go out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that. I think if you were sitting there and you were like, I'm just gonna open up this bottle. I'm not judging anybody for doing this either, because there's been times I've been there. But I think if you're just like, I'm just gonna drink because I'm so depressed, and I think you just out of excitement want to be around everybody else who's doing it, but you just can't, right? Because it affects your mental state, which is important to save.
It is. It makes life a lot easier. That's for sure.
And you love to go hard. Yes. That's the thing.
I know. There's no in between.
You don't just have a couple of glasses of wine. You go hard. It's okay.
I was here one day actually, and I didn't end up leaving until
3, 4, which is still okay, right? But I noticed for you, it takes you days after, weeks after to really feel yourself again. And that's what I have a problem for you, because why would I want you to feel like that for weeks? That sounds horrible. Yeah, that sounds
See, these are the real therapy sessions here on this podcast.
Yeah.
So there's a new trend I was looking up the other day because I'm like trying to... Oh, first of all, there was this really sweet quote that I wanted you to hear. Okay. So the difference between love and like liking something. So it was like a flower. When you pluck it, you like it because like you're like, that's pretty, I want it. But if you love it, you'll water it and like nurture it and look after it. So like the quick fix is when you like something, you're going to grab it straight away. Kind of talking about like how you're holding off with guys and stuff like that.
Because they want me as a possession. Yeah. They want to pluck me and then not give me any water, and then I die in a vase and then they throw me in the trash and then I go to a fucking plant of trash, whatever it's called, a landfill.
No, they need to love and nurture. Like it needs to be that of a landfill.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cute.
It spirals quick. So yes, you need to water me as a flower.
Well, you have to nourish a person to make it much deeper.
You know what I heard too, which I really like, and I've always thought this, and nobody has ever said this back to me except for this one lady. And I was talking to her about love, and she's like, well, love is a choice. And I was like, it is. And I've always told people it is a choice. You can have passion, you can have lust, you can have all these things, but truly choosing somebody to love is a choice, and choosing them every single day is a choice. You got to choose love with somebody. Love is not a feeling. It is an absolute choice. Yeah. Passion, all those other things are feelings.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got to consciously choose to contribute towards that every day and continue to grow it, or else it will just go away. It is really a choice, which is why I kind of thought for a while, like when I got married, I was like, okay, well, it's not so easy to leave the person just like that. You have to go through a whole process. So then you stay a little bit longer and you get to know the person much more, and you have to try and make it work because you're like, or else my life's miserable. So it does really work. I mean, until it doesn't. But
until you stop choosing to love the person, which it's okay too. You can stop.
And it can be on the other side too. Yes. You can still be choosing and the other person stops choosing.
Yes, absolutely.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was this other trend.
Okay.
People are confusing boring with safe. Like, so they are going out of their way to keep the toxic relationships that they had when they were young, because when we're young, we're kind of addicted to it. We love not getting the text and like being like, why isn't he texting me? Or he's at that party and he's not texting me or whatever. And like kind of living for the drama. And it was like, that is equated with boring now. When someone safe comes along, you're used to your old patterns. So you don't want to like, and then you wonder why you don't have nice guys, because you're addicted to the old toxic behavior.
Right.
And it's not not boring to have someone that shows up for you. It might not be the right person for you.
Yeah, I like that. And a little bit of it too is we get used to narcissistic behaviors through people, and that is very addicting. So then when you come in contact with someone who has narcissistic tendencies, it feels so familiar and it feels so like comforting when it really isn't. And the boring people, the safe people are actually, you can find excitement. You can grow excitement in a safe relationship, which is travel, which is dates, different styles of sex, threesomes. Like that's all excitement that's not toxic.
Elaborate on I love that, the narcissistic people.
Because I've been with people who are true narcissists, like they are clinically like, in which we do also confuse just toxic people and say, oh, this person's a narcissist. But it's very actually rare for someone to be a true narcissist. And there's no way to get your point across to a narcissist, by the way. And there's no real healing
they just won't hear it.
They won't hear it. But if you're in a relationship with a true narcissist, when you come in contact with that again, or someone that's just selfish or toxic, it feels very comfortable. Like that toxic behavior, the fighting, it feels more comfortable than the not fighting. That part's scary because you're like, what's going on? Why don't we have this like explosion, which you really is not normal.
Well, it's two highs and lows. Like it's kind of like a lot of things, like because you end up making up someone when you're fighting with them, you make up with them and it feels really intense. But like forfeit that really intense moment, it's actually been totally shit right there to get to those little things.
You got to get more comfortable with safe. That has to feel more comfortable.
And it doesn't mean boring.
Doesn't mean boring. It also means reprogramming your brain to somebody who is supportive and a good person. You got to reprogram your brain. It takes time. I'm still reprogramming my brain.
You know what? We're going to get such amazing partners. I mean,
absolutely.
God willing that I don't like end up fucking up in some sort of way and stop doing the work or whatever. We'll find someone on the same journey. Like, and it's never over. Like you keep learning and growing and evolving forever. But like, I'm excited to hear what we have to say about the person that we're dating in a year's time or even 2 years' time.
I bet you all have a really good person.
Yeah.
Like the best of the best. No, I know that.
Well, there's no 1 + 1 = 2. Like you're doing the work right now. It will. Like that's the only way, because you're going to see it a mile away. If someone doesn't have their shit together, you're like, wrong. But it's like a magnet's pushing away.
I told my friends, I'm like, we were talking about red flags, right? I used to be like, is that a red flag? Or could I just deal with it? As soon as I feel a true red flag, I'm not even having a discussion with the person. I'm out. I'm not talking to them again. Because I used to play with red flags and I used to entertain it. And it's gotten me into very bad situations. And that's why I would never entertain somebody who isn't safe and boring. I will gladly entertain a boring person and teach them to be more exciting. Because I thought about it too. I spent so much time trying to teach these men to be good people when I could have taught a good guy to be just a little bit more dominant or a little bit more dangerous or whatever I wanted them to be. I'd rather put the time in that and not be in a fearful environment.
Also, I kind of love, I think the best relationships that I've seen work is when someone is the really fun one and energetic and the other one allows them to be that, and they're just like kind of in awe of that person going, wow, cool.
And
what
that
a cool
works.
baby. Like she's up there having a great time. She knows how to command the room, have the conversation, entertain when we have people over, everything like that. And I can sit back and be like, the stable, boring one, but not, like.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you're boring.
No, totally. That's what it's called, like in our minds before we get it.
It means that you're the more calm one. Like it's okay.
And that can be hard. Like
absolutely. I like to be more of the crazier one. I realize that I need to be the wild one, and I need somebody to support that and make sure it's a healthy wildness. But I need a supportive masculine partner.
Yeah.
Did I tell you I'm gonna have sex?
Oh, when? Like after this podcast?
No, in a couple of weeks. In a couple of weeks.
Oh, we have a date?
Yes.
With who? Oh my God, I'm so happy. Did the mics pick that up? Because
no, I barely said it. I barely said it.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for this.
Why?
Because
he's so cute. That's why.
Already in my mind, you've had a baby with him. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's just like so a cute thing that I project to.
I realize that I've only found 3 people in my life attractive, which is Rio from Good Girls. I love him so much. You know the guy with the neck?
Yes.
I love him.
You always bring him up as the hottest guy. Like that's your celebrity crush that you do. And I'm like, I've never seen this man.
I think he is so attractive. Only in that, I don't think, I've said it a million times.
You posted the funniest thing the other day. It was a guy bending down. He was playing like some other sport. And you go, I guess I'm into baseball.
Yeah, why
now.
was he doing that?
It was so funny. I guess I'm into baseball.
He was really dropping down and like, why was he doing that? It confused my brain a little bit.
I'm into anything that looks like peaches.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
So that guy, right? And then one of my exes I found overly attractive.
You actually find this guy attractive?
Overly attractive. Like I find him like
He's not your regular type.
No, he's not. But I find his face. Have you
met up in person?
No. And he's very respectful to me. I actually tried to like text a little like sexual to him.
I just got this fucking drink in my eye. What the fuck?
Stop drinking it. Like,
my drink is so excited listening to this story that it actually went into
it down like that.
No, I needed. Okay, this has been a slow burn, and you haven't met yet. I have a really good feeling about this, like witchy senses about this guy.
Same, right?
And you're doing all this work in the background at the same time, and then he all of a sudden appears. It's the universe.
One, he's attractive. I think that he's very masculine. I think that he is not possessive. He's not shown any type of possessive behavior, and he's just been overly respectful. So if anything, I'm going to have a really good sexual experience that's not going to feel overwhelming for me. And it's not, even if we don't date or whatever, I actually don't expect to date him. I'm going to be honest. I'm enjoying being single. I'm not going and having sex with people.
You don't have any expectations over it, which is another sign that this could be the one.
Well, this is going to sound like backwards. I'm not having sex with people just to have sex with them, but I don't want to date. I know that sounds super confusing.
Don't put conditions on it right now. Yeah.
I want to be having sex with one person, but I don't want a relationship. Does that make any sense? Like, I'd rather have somebody have their job. They're doing all their shit, and we have this mutual agreement, and that's that.
That's literally what Oprah says. She says that a relationship should be complementary, not supplementary.
Yeah,
you don't need anything off each other.
Yes.
But like that's the most healthiest situation. And the fact that you don't even want to date him right now means that this will happen in a slow, natural
which is so
way.
weird. Like I physically find him attractive. It's so weird.
Pull up a picture of him on the screen right now.
He's so cute. He's so cute. He's a really cute guy.
You'll know eventually.
You can tell
I'm already the officiant
at the wedding.
He's a nice
guy. That's why he looks so cute.
I love
handsome.
That. Okay, that is TBD. Very excited about that.
Yeah.
TB, big old D. Let's hope.
I hope so too. That's the one thing I was like, please. I don't want to get down there and it's small.
How often do you text each other?
Not often. It's only once in a while to check in if I want to go see him, which I haven't gone and done. He's offered. He travels a lot. And that's another thing. I'm not flying around for men. He's going to be in town. And we don't text a lot. Yeah. If we do text, he texts a lengthy text and I reply with a lengthy text and that's that.
This is a blessing. I love it.
It is. I'll have a good time, so it better be big.
Yeah, but by that stage, one, I think it will be. He has BDE.
Well, tall guys.
What is TDE? Tiny dick energy. Someone that just yells a lot.
Somebody who's
yeah. TDE.
All my exes.
TDE. All your exes. Any one of the exes watching this, you have a TDE.
Yes, they do. You don't think all of them have a small dick. That's why they acted the way they didn't have small dick. Well, some of them did. 3 of them didn't.
How small? Like
only one actually had a small dick. Now that I think about it, his energy definitely was
TD.
Yeah.
You definitely had some fillers injected. That wasn't his real dick. I don't believe it. Heartbreakers Hotline. Should we start?
Yes,
let's
questions? Do it. Let's do it. Yeah.
Take it away, Elsa Jean.
Okay. Hey, Elsa. My name is Chris from Tempe, Arizona, and I wanted to know, do you have any fetishes you like or anything that you would classify as kinks? When people are in the porn industry, I just assume they're into everything, but maybe that's not true. Big fan. Love you. I am very open, obviously, about my piss fetish, and I have a pregnancy fetish. Everybody knows that.
Explain the pregnancy fetish, because I want to know more about
I know,
that.
right?
Yeah.
It's a must, and if it's...
Is it because women are really horny when they're pregnant?
Yeah, I heard that. No,
Is it because there's already a baby in there and they want to put another baby in there?
No, it's about making the baby.
Okay,
it's not about me physically being pregnant because I don't like that.
So you could wear it like a fat suit and go, hey, honey,
No, it's not about... It's not about
me.
It's not about the look. It's about, I want to get you pregnant.
So it's like, I'm not pregnant yet.
The cream pie. It's about.
Oh, yes. I love that. I mean,
it's about.
That sounds.
Oh, wow.
No. Like the porn that I watch is like they have to finish inside.
Yes.
And
it is a must.
Do I have a pregnancy fetish? Oh,
yes. I hope you get pregnant one day because.
I've been trying and I never take. So I'm never pregnant. I take the test. I'm like, I think I've been putting up the wrong hole.
One time have you pee on a test and just see, just for fun. No, it's about them wanting to get me pregnant. I almost have like maybe like a MILF fetish type of like, you know what I mean? It's hard to explain. I've met other guys where they're like, I get it. I know what you're saying. It might be like an ownership thing. Like,
but also there's a closeness about having sex like that.
Yeah. It's about the bond that people have when they have a child together. It is about the cream pie. It's about the attraction somebody feels towards their partner while they're pregnant that I like.
I always imagine straight men being like, oh, she's pregnant. I'll get her away.
Yeah, but you know what? Some guys are like that. Yeah, I think if you accidentally get somebody pregnant, you're like, oh, get away.
No, I totally understand the fetish. I'm pretty sure like that was because I watch straight porn. It's not for like I'm into like gay sex can sometimes seem a little forced. Yeah. Like, you know, it's not natural. No, just kidding.
No, they say that actually, but it is natural. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever.
It's fine. So
what's your fetish?
I'm bad in bed.
Getting pregnant too. That's your.
Yes. No. Although when I am doing it anal, like,
do you want it to be
inside?
Yes, of course.
Because I don't want to have to clean it up, and then I can just.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
I don't want jizz all over me. Okay. I'm not really a fan of jizz.
I get like really weirded out if I'm in a relationship with somebody. I was with somebody who every single time he came in me, except for one time he pulled out, and I was just like, let's just try something different. You pull out, and it weirded me out so much. Like I was like, don't ever pull out again. What was that? It just creeped me out. Like I was like, the way he'd pulled it out and was like, I was like,
and you're like, I don't want to see it because you could imagine it being better. You're like, oh, he's filling me up. And then when he pulls out, he's like,
and it's the intensity too of right before they're about to come that's so good. And then when they take it out, you don't have, it's like so abrupt. I don't like that.
You're like, because don't do anything different. You said that before. Do the exact same thing. If it's working, it's working. So don't pull it out.
I've never had an anal cream pie though.
Anal cream pie.
I'm saving that for my next marriage. I really am. My fourth husband gets the anal cream pie me. It's not that magical.
Look at him. No, it is. No, I was thinking sometimes like it doesn't all come out, and then you're like, you put your underwear on later, and you're like, oh shit.
That's how it is for the vagina too. It will fall out sometimes right away, or sometimes it will get lodged up there, and then you'll just be walking around. It'll be like.
Yeah.
Wait, how does that work for anal though?
It's kind of fun. Yeah, you'll go into the bathroom and you're like. I can't believe I just did that. That is so. Let's move on. It literally sounds like that too. You're like,
is there a brown stain? Like
no, it's just jizz. It's literally just jizz.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just trying to think. I thought about it and I told I've told multiple people like, okay, yeah, you can come in my ass, and then when they get close to it, I'm like, okay, I tell them to stop because it's like I'm like, oh, never mind, I'm getting sore, and then I won't let them do it. It's my little like thing I've saved sexually, you know?
Just like nobody's done this to me before. Yeah. Yes, that should become at a high price. Like, as in, no, metaphorically. Yes. I mean, sell it if you want. That sounds great. We probably get a lot of money. Yeah.
Next question. I'm a 32-year-old man, and I've been seeing a girl for 6 months, and when we have sex, she likes to listen through her earbuds. I want to be able to get her rocks off. However, she likes it, but at the same time, I feel like I can't connect with her. How can I ask her politely to take her earbuds out? I think that that's very interesting. I've never heard anybody have earbuds in during sex. It's not that I'm opposed to it, but I think sex is about connection, and I think you could actually politely ask her to be more connected with you. Hey babe, I would love to be more connected with you. I would love for you to be more present during sex, and word it like that, and say whatever you're listening to, how about we put it on a speaker?
Put it on the speaker in the room.
You can have it as loud as you want.
So I always put music on because I don't want to hear like
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't want to hear
and
that
it just
stuff.
sets the
Or
mood.
be just like, is it too quiet? Is it too loud? Am I overperforming now?
I
like,
love music too.
Music in the background. Even
always
eating
have
dinner.
music.
I don't want to hear people eating their food or knives and forks clanking.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is the earbuds. Like, why doesn't he get to listen to the music too?
Maybe she can have one in. If it is really about the actual earbuds, maybe she can have one in and he can have the other one so they could be listening to the same thing. And one ear can be open so he could be whispering in one ear about what he wants. But it is about being present and being connected with the person, where I could feel like turning off one of your senses during sex could make it not feel so present. I would seriously just politely ask.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's a
I've
good
never
question,
heard
though. I
of
love
that.
it. Yeah, I've never heard that story.
Should we do another one?
Dating advice help. I'm a 36-year-old female. I met the greatest guy on a dating app. He's a little older, 40, and he's sweet, thoughtful, handsome, all of it. We also have great sex, but I'm starting to get a little weirded out by the amount of action figures he has. He's a collector with a capital C. His apartment is like being in a giant child's bedroom. Nerd is an understatement. I'm at the age where I'm looking for Mr. Right, and this guy checks all the boxes. He just loves toys and cartoons more than anyone I've met. Do I let him go? Yes.
Really, you would say yes?
He ticks all of the boxes other than that he's an action figure dog.
Well, you're not ever going to find somebody that's perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever going to check all the boxes. There is going to be something that you maybe don't agree with that the person's going to say or do. I don't think you should let him go. I think he should let you go. If you have such a problem with the way somebody lives and how their apartment is, he deserves somebody to accept all of him, especially if they have everything else. I find that to be crazy when people expect somebody to be absolutely perfect. It's impossible.
And also, as long as he's not acting like a giant child and he's just like his room looks like it's a child's bedroom, he sounds cute. Like, I love that.
Being a nerd is
nerd.
I think beneficial.
Yeah.
I find it attractive.
Yeah.
I could see how action figures can be a little bit of like a come on.
Maybe
but
she's thinking, what will other people think? Because that's what I feel like. Is this guy like a grown
then
up?
she's not ready to be in a relationship if she cares about what people think.
But she's in love with him, thought he's handsome, all of it. Great sex. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with this. You're going to decorate, but not too much. Let him have some of the, I've already moved them in together.
Yeah. I mean, I was just going to say she's cautious about moving in with him and having all of his stuff. I would be like, listen, you get this room and it's for your action figures. You can't have it all through the place because I don't like that. But I would give him his own space to have things. There's certain things that I absolutely need, and I need my own space and I need to have my little crystals and stuff. If somebody told me you can't have these things, you're perfect in every single way, but you can't have this stuff, that would hurt me.
Yeah. Just be lucky he doesn't have whips and chains and all sorts of crazy things.
Or that he's perfect in every other way. It's so rare.
Yeah.
It's so rare to have great sex, one. Two, find somebody handsome and sweet and thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
Have him over at your place instead of always going over there if it's uncomfortable for you.
I think you're right about giving him the designated area to do that stuff, and then you can go wild.
Is he playing with the action figures?
Yeah. That would be a turn off.
That might.
Don't play with them.
Yeah. Like, that might be too much for me.
Last question is from Anonymous. Maybe this is a dark or tough question, but I was raped several years ago and have understandably had a lot of trouble being intimate with guys after. I've been on dates and gotten close, but every time I explain my situation and hesitation for sex, I can tell it turns them off. I want to heal, get better, and move past this, but it's made harder by the response I often get. I guess I don't blame them, but I'd love some advice on how to move forward after sexual trauma. Thank you. Love the podcast.
First, I would actually start with a sexual trauma workbook. There's one that I really like. It's called The Courage to Heal, and it goes over sexual trauma, how you feel about it, and you can write in there, and it actually really gives you great pointers on how to heal from that. Because when it comes to sexual trauma, you really do need to do a lot of healing, which really sucks because it's not your fault in any way, but you do have to heal before you have sex again and fully heal, because these people that, if she finds it to be a turnoff,
turns them off.
First off, you shouldn't be having sex with somebody who is turned off by something that is a sexual trauma. That's not.
She's also saying I can tell it turns them off. So here's the thing. To your point, she hasn't done the work on herself yet. You might be perceiving that they're getting turned off because you're saying it.
I would dig on, why do you feel like you have to tell them about it? I'm not saying this in a negative way, but I don't find it to be anybody's business that's a new partner. if you are healed, you don't need to be bringing other sexual things into a new sexual relationship. And I really would take that time to heal. And that book is actually really good. I would actually maybe dig into some therapy.
Yeah.
And
I love the sound of that book though. That sounds really
it's
good.
called The Courage to Heal. And it's for adults, male and female, with sexual traumas. Really good. It's a great book. But this is difficult because I went through the same thing. I felt that people were, if I were to tell them about it, they were going to find me unattractive because I had significant others where I would start talking about certain things and be, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. And it scared me. And I would be like, why can't I be vulnerable with you
if you don't want
these
all
things?
Of me,
if you don't want all of me. And I learned that those people should have never been in my life. If I do now feel comfortable enough to share that with a partner, they need to be supportive and loving and not be turned off by that because it has nothing to do with them, and they should love me more because I am healed and I am like bringing this forward to them if I feel like it is a concern.
Yeah. And if you feel like it's the right time and you want to tell them, because like what you were saying as well, I mean, that is for you. Like that's your thing. But
it's also not something to suppress either. If you do feel like talking about it, that's definitely something that you should let out.
Well, it's a good way to find out a red flag. If someone's turned off by the fact that you're talking about that and they don't look at you with absolute compassion and say, I'm so sorry. Any reaction is fine, not other than that reaction to be turned off.
But I also would just be careful on telling people, because I think that if you do want to share that with somebody, it should be somebody that you are in a relationship with, that you really do trust and you already feel their support, and then you bring it to them. I wouldn't just be hooking up with people and being like, by the way, before we have sex, this has happened to me. That might just startle somebody, which comes across as they're turned off. But I might be a little bit shocked if someone just blatantly, and we don't have that level of communication, I would be a little bit taken back. But it's not because I think that it's a turn off.
Good advice.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, that is it for us today. I hope you've enjoyed the show. We will be back next week.
Yes.
Have a good week, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.